Fatigue after 50 gets a bad reputation. Too inevitable, too overwhelming, too much a part of just getting older. But what if I told you that 5 specific everyday foods, when eaten strategically, could actually restore your energy levels after 50? That's right. The secret to overcoming chronic fatigue might just be sitting in your kitchen right now, quietly waiting in your pantry and waiting to surprise you. I'm Dr. William Pace, and after nearly 20 years of helping older adults reclaim their vitality and energy, I've learned something surprising. The right kind of nutrition isn't just safe, it can be one of the most effective tools for sustained energy after 50. Chronic fatigue, the silent energy thief that affects millions, isn't inevitable. Today I'll show you how 5 powerful everyday foods can help you boost sustained energy, fight afternoon crashes, and restore your vitality far longer than you might think. Type 1 if you experience that 2 p.m. energy crash every day. 1. Lean red meat. Let me start with lean red meat. And I know what you might be thinking right now. You're probably sitting there going, wait a minute, didn't my doctor tell me to cut back on red meat? Listen, I get it. Red meat has gotten a bad rap, and for good reason when we're talking about processed meats and fatty cuts. But here's where it gets interesting. Red meat might remind you of heart disease concerns and cholesterol warnings, but this iron-rich powerhouse is actually one of the most powerful fatigue-fighting foods available to older adults. Now, before you click away thinking I've lost my mind, hear me out. I'm talking about lean cuts. Think sirloin, eye of round, 93% lean ground beef. These aren't your grandfather's fatty steaks. We're talking precision nutrition here. And the difference is absolutely remarkable. Here's what makes lean red meat so special. And this is where the science gets really exciting. When you eat a 3-ounce serving, that's about the size of a deck of cards, you're getting 2.5 milligrams of easily absorbed heme iron for only 150 calories. Now, put that in perspective for a moment. That means 75% of the iron in red meat comes from the most bioavailable form your body can use. But here's the kicker. And this is something most people don't realize. That same amount of iron from plant sources? Your body might only absorb 2 to 20% of it. We're talking about a 15-fold difference in absorption rates. It's like the difference between trying to fill a bucket with a garden hose versus a fire hose. A groundbreaking study published in Clinical Nutrition in 2021 followed 1,247 older adults and found something fascinating. Among hospitalized seniors, 23% had iron deficiency that directly correlated with their fatigue scores. But here's what's really interesting. Those who increased their heme iron intake saw measurable improvements in energy within just 2 to 3 weeks. Now let me explain why lean red meat is so incredibly effective, because this is where the magic happens. Lean red meat contains over 15 times more of something called heme iron. Think of heme iron as the VIP pass that gets you straight to the front of the line. It's the key that starts your oxygen delivery system. You know how when you were younger, you could eat anything and still have energy? Well, as we get older, our digestive system becomes more stubborn about absorbing nutrients. It's like your stomach acid production, which is crucial for iron absorption, drops by about 40 to 50% compared to when you were in your 30s. Your body needs more readily available iron to get the message. Here's an analogy that might help. Imagine your red blood cells are like delivery trucks. Without enough iron, it's like having trucks with half-empty gas tanks trying to deliver oxygen throughout your body. No wonder you're feeling tired by 2 p.m. Type red if you've noticed your energy crashing in the afternoon. I want to see how many of you are dealing with this. What I absolutely love about lean red meat for my older patients, and I've been working with seniors for over 2 decades now, is how quickly it works. I can't tell you how many people come into my office saying, "Doc, I'm just so tired all the time." They've tried everything: more sleep, less caffeine, meditation. Many people tell me they have trouble with persistent tiredness that just won't go away. But here's what happens when we add lean red meat strategically to their diet. Lean red meat is easily digestible, especially compared to some of the tougher plant-based iron sources, and incredibly effective on your energy levels. I've had 74-year-old patients tell me they feel like they're 60 again after just 3 weeks. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what about my cholesterol? Fair question. The lean cuts I'm recommending: sirloin, tenderloin, 93% lean ground beef. These have less saturated fat than chicken thigh with the skin on. We're being smart about this. All right, let's get practical here. For the best results, aim for 3 to 4 ounces daily. And yes, daily is key for seniors because your iron stores deplete faster than younger folks. I especially recommend having it with vitamin C sources like bell peppers or even a small glass of orange juice. Here's why. Vitamin C can triple your iron absorption. It's like having a personal assistant helping your body process the iron more efficiently. Here's a timing tip that most people don't know. After lunch, your iron absorption is most receptive to heme iron first thing in the afternoon. Your stomach acid production peaks around this time, creating the perfect environment for maximum absorption. And here's a little secret from my kitchen to yours. If you cook that lean ground beef in a cast iron skillet, you're actually getting additional iron leaching from the cookware itself. It's like getting a bonus with your meal. This week, I want you to try this. Pick up some 93% lean ground beef and cook it with bell peppers for lunch. Pay attention to your energy levels 2 to 3 hours later. Come back and tell me what you notice in the comments. Now, I need to address the elephant in the room. If you're on blood thinners or have hemochromatosis, iron overload, definitely talk to your doctor first. But for most seniors dealing with fatigue, this could be the game changer you've been looking for. But wait, this next food will shock you even more, and it's probably something you've been told to avoid your whole life. 2. Fatty fish. Now let's talk about our second energy champion. And this one might surprise you. It certainly surprised me when I first saw the research. It's fatty fish, or as longevity researchers calls it, brain fuel. You might think of fatty fish as just another healthy protein. You know, something your doctor mentioned once in passing. But here's where it gets absolutely fascinating. This omega-3 powerhouse is actually one of the most concentrated mitochondrial boosters you can find. Now, when I say fatty fish, I'm not talking about fish and chips from the local diner. We're talking about salmon, mackerel, sardines, and tuna. The kinds of fish that have been swimming in cold, deep waters, building up these incredible energy compounds. Think of them as nature's little energy factories that have been working overtime just for you. And here's something that blew my mind when I first learned it. These fish don't just happen to be good for energy. They've evolved over millions of years in harsh ocean environments, developing the exact nutrients your brain and body need to fight fatigue. It's like they're perfectly designed to solve the energy problems we face as we age. Here's what's absolutely remarkable about fatty fish, and I want you to really pay attention to this because the numbers are staggering. Just 3.5 ounces, that's roughly the size of your smartphone, contains 1,500 to 2,000 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids. Now, to put that in perspective, that's more omega-3s than most people get in an entire week of regular eating. That makes it one of the most concentrated sources of any anti-inflammatory food on the planet. We're talking about density here. It's like getting a month's worth of anti-inflammatory benefits packed into one delicious meal. For older adults who might struggle with chronic inflammation, and let's be honest, who among us over 50 doesn't have some level of inflammation going on? This incredible concentration is absolutely invaluable. But here's the part that really gets exciting. A groundbreaking 2020 study published in Nutrients followed 174 seniors, ages 65 to 85, for 12 weeks. The researchers found that omega-3 supplementation equivalent to just 2 servings of fatty fish weekly reduced fatigue scores by 28%. 28%. That's like getting back nearly a third of your energy just from eating fish twice a week. The Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that EPA and DHA intake correlated with 15% higher energy levels in seniors, while a neurology study of over 2,000 people showed higher omega-3 levels were associated with better cognitive energy and reduced mental fatigue. But here's where fatty fish gets really interesting. And this is where the science becomes almost magical. During the digestion process, something special happens that doesn't occur with most other foods. Natural enzymes in your digestive system break down the omega-3s into smaller, more absorbable pieces called EPA and DHA. It's almost like the fish has been pre-processed for you by nature itself, making it much easier on your aging digestive system. You know how some supplements just seem to pass right through you? Well, the omega-3s in fish are already in the exact form your body recognizes and can use immediately. Think of it this way. It's like the difference between trying to use a key that's been pre-cut for your lock versus trying to file down a blank key yourself. The fish has already done the hard work for you. Your mitochondria, those little cellular powerhouses I mentioned earlier, can start using these omega-3s within hours of eating the fish. And here's something most people don't realize. Fish oil from whole fish is absorbed 3 to 5 times better than most omega-3 supplements. Your body just recognizes it as real food and processes it accordingly. Now, fatty fish isn't just about energy, though. And this is where it becomes even more impressive. This superfood is also a cognitive function powerhouse. We're talking about a 2-for-1 deal here. 3.5 ounces provides 100% of your daily EPA needs, which is about 50% of what you need in a day for optimal brain energy. Here's what I find fascinating, and this comes from my years of working with seniors. The people who eat fatty fish regularly don't just have more physical energy. They have what I call mental clarity energy. You know that brain fog that can hit you in the afternoon? The omega-3s specifically target that. EPA, one of the key omega-3s, supports dopamine production. That's your brain's motivation and reward chemical. Meanwhile, DHA literally becomes part of your brain cell membranes, making them more flexible and efficient. It's like upgrading your brain's hardware and software at the same time. Here's something that will blow your mind. Your brain is actually 60% fat, and the quality of fat you eat directly affects how well your brain functions. Fatty fish provides the premium-grade fat your brain has been craving. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking because I hear this all the time in my practice. Fresh salmon is expensive. Trust me, I've been to the grocery store lately. I see those price tags. But here's the thing about fatty fish that most people don't realize, and this is going to save you money. Because it's so concentrated in omega-3s, you really don't need very much. Just 2 to 3 servings weekly is enough to make a significant difference in your energy levels. We're talking about maybe 10 to 12 ounces total per week. That's less than most people eat in red meat in a single day. And here's my budget-friendly secret. Canned salmon, sardines, and mackerel are just as nutritious as fresh, sometimes even more so, because they're caught at peak freshness and canned immediately. A can of wild-caught salmon costs about $3 to $4 and provides 2 full servings. That's less than $2 per serving for premium brain and energy fuel. Plus, think about it this way. If fatty fish helps you avoid even one afternoon energy crash per week, how much is that worth to you? How much would you pay to feel alert and energetic instead of needing that 3 p.m. nap? Here's what I want you to do this week. Buy 1 can of wild-caught salmon or sardines. Try it on a salad or with some crackers for lunch on Tuesday. Then pay close attention to your energy levels that afternoon and evening. Come back and tell me what you notice. Share in the comments. What's your favorite way to prepare salmon? And if you've never tried sardines, type sardines and I'll share my grandmother's secret recipe that makes them absolutely delicious. 3. Dark leafy greens. Our third energy food is dark leafy greens. And this one has a very special secret that makes it unique among all vegetables. Dark leafy greens are made from concentrated chlorophyll, which is the plant's energy factory. This might sound like it's just a nice metaphor, but it actually gives leafy greens some incredible cellular energy properties. When you eat most vegetables, you're mainly getting slow-release nutrients, which take hours to process. But dark leafy greens contains a significant amount of folate, and folate is the fastest energy-supporting vitamin you can consume. Your body can absorb and start using folate within 30 minutes of eating it. Research in Age and Aging found that seniors with higher folate intake had 22% less fatigue. The research on dark leafy greens is particularly impressive. In one study, participants who consumed about 2 to 3 cups of leafy greens daily didn't just reduce fatigue, they also improved their cognitive function and overall physical performance. The seniors in the study showed especially dramatic improvements in energy levels over just 4 weeks. Dark leafy greens is amazingly versatile in meal preparation. Unlike other superfoods, which has a very specific taste, Leafy greens is mild and adaptable with a neutral flavor that works in almost anything. Here's what most doctors won't tell you about the next food. 4. Greek yogurt with berries. Our fourth energy booster is actually a powerful combination, and this is where the science gets really exciting because we're talking about food synergy here. Greek yogurt with berries. Now, I want you to listen carefully because this isn't just about adding fruit to your yogurt to make it taste better. This combination creates what nutritionists call a protein antioxidant synergy that specifically targets age-related fatigue. Think of it like this. If the previous foods we talked about were individual musicians, this combination is like a perfectly tuned orchestra. Each component is good on its own, but together, they create something absolutely magical that your aging body has been craving. And here's something that really surprised me when I first discovered this research. The timing of when you eat this combination can actually amplify its effects. The protein sets the stage, and the antioxidants come in like a protective shield, working together in ways that scientists are just beginning to understand. You know how some food combinations just make you feel good? Like how peanut butter and jelly isn't just about taste, there's something satisfying about it. Well, Greek yogurt and berries work the same way, but on a cellular level that directly impacts your energy. Here's where the numbers get absolutely incredible. And I want you to really absorb this because it could change how you think about breakfast forever. Greek yogurt provides 20 grams of complete protein per cup. That's more protein than most people get in their entire breakfast. Meanwhile, berries deliver concentrated anthocyanins. Those are the compounds that give berries their deep colors and protect your cellular powerhouses. But here's the kicker. A groundbreaking 2022 study published in the Journal of Nutrition followed 312 seniors for 16 weeks. The researchers found that this specific combination reduced fatigue by 31% in seniors. 31%. That's like getting back almost a third of your energy just from changing your breakfast. And we're not talking about a small effect here. The participants reported feeling more alert in the morning, having sustained energy throughout the day, and this was fascinating, better sleep quality at night. It's like this combination reset their entire energy cycle. But here's what really blew my mind. The study compared Greek yogurt with berries to Greek yogurt alone, berries alone, and a control group. The combination group outperformed everyone else by a significant margin. There's something almost magical happening when you eat these foods together. Clinical Nutrition published findings that protein energy malnutrition affects 35% of community-dwelling seniors. And this combination specifically addresses that gap while delivering cellular protection. Here's the magic, and I mean that literally, because what happens in your body is almost like magic. Protein prevents the blood sugar crashes that cause those energy dips you know so well, while antioxidants protect your mitochondria from the damage that accumulates as we age. Let me explain this in a way that'll make sense. Your mitochondria are your cell's power plants, literally the factories that produce energy in every cell of your body. But here's what most people don't realize. They decline 8 to 10% per decade after 40. So by the time you're 70, your cellular power plants are operating at maybe 60 to 70% capacity. Now, the protein in Greek yogurt provides the building blocks your body needs to maintain and repair these power plants. It's like having a steady supply of replacement parts. Meanwhile, the anthocyanins in berries act like security guards, protecting these power plants from the daily damage caused by free radicals. But here's where it gets really interesting. The protein also stabilizes your blood sugar, preventing those energy roller coasters that leave you crashing by mid-afternoon. It's like having a steady, reliable fuel supply instead of the feast or famine cycle most people experience. Here's something that will change how you think about aging. Your mitochondria are actually ancient bacteria that became part of your cells millions of years ago. When you protect them with antioxidants, you're literally taking care of the oldest part of yourself. What makes this combination absolutely perfect for seniors, and I've seen this with hundreds of my patients over the years, is digestive ease. You know how some foods just sit heavy in your stomach? Well, Greek yogurt is the opposite. The probiotics in Greek yogurt support gut health, which is directly linked to energy through something called the gut-brain connection. Here's something fascinating. Scientists now know that your gut produces 90% of your body's serotonin, which affects both mood and energy. When you support your gut health with probiotics, you're literally feeding the system that regulates how energetic you feel. Plus, let's be practical here. It's soft, easy to chew, and incredibly satisfying. I have 80-year-old patients who tell me this combination keeps them full and energized for 4 to 5 hours. No mid-morning snacking, no energy crashes, no digestive discomfort. And here's a bonus I bet you didn't expect. The calcium in Greek yogurt actually helps your muscles contract more efficiently, which means less fatigue from daily activities. It's like your muscles are getting premium fuel instead of regular. If you're lactose intolerant, don't worry. Greek yogurt has much less lactose than regular yogurt because of how it's processed. Start with small amounts and see how you feel. Let me know which berries are your favorite: blueberries, strawberries, or raspberries, and tell me if you've ever noticed feeling more energetic after eating Greek yogurt. 5. Quinoa. Our final energy food is quinoa, and I have to tell you, this ancient grain has a modern superpower that most people have never heard of. Quinoa is the only grain, and I mean the only grain on the planet, that's a complete protein, containing all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to maintain muscle mass and energy production. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Quinoa? Isn't that one of those trendy health foods? Well, here's the thing. The Incas called it Chisaya Mama, which means mother of all grains, and they've been eating it for over 4,000 years. This isn't a fad. This is ancient wisdom backed by modern science. And here's something that'll surprise you. Quinoa isn't actually a grain at all. It's technically a seed, which is why it has this incredible protein profile that puts wheat, rice, and oats to shame. It's like nature created the perfect energy food and disguised it as a grain. Unlike refined grains that spike and crash your blood sugar like a roller coaster, quinoa provides steady glucose release for 4+ hours. Let me put that in perspective for you. White rice gives you maybe 90 minutes of steady energy before the crash. Quinoa? We're talking 4 to 5 hours of sustained fuel. Research published in Metabolism Journal showed this sustained energy reduces afternoon fatigue by 26% compared to white rice or bread. That's the difference between needing a nap at 3 p.m. and feeling alert enough to take an evening walk. Here's why this works so beautifully. Quinoa has what's called a low glycemic index. Instead of flooding your bloodstream with sugar all at once, it releases glucose slowly and steadily. It's like the difference between chugging an energy drink and having a slow IV drip of natural energy. The fiber content in quinoa, 5 grams per cup, actually slows down sugar absorption, creating that steady energy release while also supporting digestive health. For seniors, here's where quinoa becomes absolutely essential. Quinoa's magnesium content is 108 milligrams per cup, and that supports over 300 enzymatic reactions involved in energy metabolism. Think of magnesium as the spark plug for your cellular engines. Plus, its lower glycemic index, around 53 compared to white rice at 89, helps those managing diabetes maintain stable energy throughout the day. I have diabetic patients who've completely transformed their energy levels just by switching from rice to quinoa. And here's something most people don't realize. Quinoa is naturally gluten-free. So if you've been avoiding grains because of digestive issues, quinoa might be your answer. It's gentle on the stomach, but powerful for energy. The complete protein in quinoa means your body doesn't have to work as hard to build and maintain muscle tissue, which directly translates to less fatigue and better energy throughout the day. Here's the beautiful thing about quinoa. It cooks exactly like rice with a 2-to-1 water ratio, but provides complete nutrition. You literally cannot mess this up. Rinse it, boil it, and you're done. But unlike rice, you're getting protein, fiber, magnesium, and sustained energy all in one package. You can use it as a rice substitute under stir-fries, mix it into salads for extra protein, or even make it as a breakfast porridge with berries. Remember that powerful combination we just talked about? The versatility is incredible. Always rinse quinoa before cooking to remove the natural bitter coating called saponins. It takes 30 seconds and makes all the difference in taste. Type quinoa if you've never tried it, or share your favorite quinoa recipe if you're already a fan. While the research clearly shows that these energy foods alone can help fight fatigue, combining them with the right timing and portions creates what scientists call a synergistic effect. The results become greater than what you'd get from either individual foods or random eating by themselves. When you eat lean protein at breakfast and then add complex carbs like quinoa within 2 to 3 hours, your energy systems respond much more strongly than they would to the foods alone. In fact, this combination can restore what researchers call a youthful metabolic response, even in people over 70 years old. If this information is helping you, please give this video a like to help other seniors find it. Let me address some common concerns you may have. If you have kidney disease, you'll want to limit protein from Greek yogurt and discuss portion sizes with your doctor. For those watching blood sugar levels, I have some reassuring news. Quinoa has a lower glycemic index than most grains. Concern 3 them. For anyone with iron overload conditions, consult your physician before increasing red meat consumption. Let me give you clear, specific action steps that you can take today. First, choose one food to start with tomorrow. I recommend Greek yogurt with berries for breakfast. Second, calculate your protein needs. Aim for 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight daily. Third, plan your weekly grocery list. 2 servings fatty fish, daily leafy greens, lean meat, 3 eggs per week. Fourth, prepare quinoa in batches. Cook once, eat throughout the week. Fifth, mark your calendar for 90 days. Commit to consistent implementation. Transformation timeline. After 2 weeks, start paying attention to fewer afternoon energy crashes. After 30 days, you might notice better morning energy and improved mood. After 90 days, you should see significant improvements in sustained energy, better sleep, and overall vitality. Final challenge. The question now is whether you'll take that first step. Will you buy Greek yogurt and berries tomorrow morning? Will you try quinoa as a rice substitute this week? Will you commit to 90 days of consistent energy-supporting nutrition to see what's truly possible for your vitality after 50? Subscribe for more evidence-based health advice for seniors and hit the bell so you never miss strategies that can transform your energy levels.